Today we're going to be talking about a little TV show. You may have heard about it. It's called The Simpsons, a series that has been on the air since man roamed the earth, passed down from generation to generation in the form of legend endlessly retold. Okay, maybe not that old, but it has been on the air since, holy shit, that's a long time. Now you'd think for a show as long as this one, there'd be a lot of video games released based on it, right? Well, yeah, there have been a lot of Simpsons games. But back in the late 90s, there was this game called Crazy Taxi, and it was fucking rad. You drove around the city picking up hip young folk and driving them around in a race against the clock. Now, clearly someone at Fox saw this game and pointed to the nearest developer and said, "Hey, you, make this, but with Simpsons." And before you know it, the Simpsons Road Rage was born. It was alright, I guess. But then Sega took notice and rightfully tried to sue the pants off Fox for stealing their game. So not wanting to poke the bear for the follow-up to Road Rage released in 2003, they decided they wouldn't rip off Crazy Taxi. They ripped off Grand Theft Auto instead. Yes, the game we're talking about today is none other than the Simpsons Hit and Run. But this intro's gone on way too long, so let's just jump into the game. The game opens up and something clearly sinister is going down in the town of Springfield. Robot wasps are spying on everyone for some reason, a mysterious new soda is hitting the shelves, and someone has eaten all the Simpson family's ice cream.
Homie, somebody ate every dessert in the house.
So in case you just woke up from a coma and have no idea who the Simpsons are, they are an animated family consisting of Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and the baby. So naturally, this game starts off by putting you in the metaphorical shoes of Homer Simpson, and it kicks off just like any good game should, with spousal abuse. Okay, I'm just kidding, but it is really funny to kick people around in this game. Instead, we need to go to the store and pick up some more ice cream, and just like that, the world of Springfield is open to us. Now you may be thinking to yourself, hey, this game looks awfully familiar. I know, didn't you just hear me a minute ago when I said, they ripped off Grand Theft Auto instead? Obviously, this game was inspired by the Grand Theft Auto series. Just like those games, we're going to be driving around and solving whatever problems the townsfolk of Springfield happen to throw our way. Then the game puts us through the typical video game tutorial, all while making fun of video game tutorials.
You know, just like every driving game ever.
Isn't that so clever? No, it's not. You don't get to make fun of boring tutorials during your boring tutorial. The game controls as you'd expect. You drive, you crash into stuff, and if you piss off the local law enforcement, they're gonna make you pay a minor fee. I have no idea why I paused there. While you're driving around, you may notice that your characters are voiced by the actual actors and actresses from the show.
Get out of my way, jerk-ass!
This is an amazing addition to the game, the first time you hear it. Your character is constantly spewing the same one-liners, and that means you'll hear the same lines over
Stupid like a fox.
And over.
Stupid like a fox.
And over.
Stupid like a fox.
And over again. By the time you finish this game, you'll feel their voices clawing at the inside of your brain, digging further and further, driving you into a madness that will only end once you've taken revenge upon all those who have wronged you. No? Just me? Anyways. Now, I don't want to beat a dead horse with all these comparisons to Grand Theft Auto, but I have to make at least one more. In case you've never played a Grand Theft Auto before because you're 12 years old and your mom won't buy it for you, this is a map from that game. Now let's compare it to a map from this game. You should notice three really big differences. Grand Theft Auto uses one seamless map, while this game uses three entirely disconnected circles to portray its open world. So in reality, the game consists of 7 levels that just recycle the same areas over and over again with minor differences. If that doesn't shatter the illusion of a living world, I don't know what will. You know what makes a game really good? Variety. Unfortunately for us, variety is one of the weakest points of this game. You'd assume that if they designed this whole world with on-foot and vehicle controls in mind, they'd take advantage of it. But maybe I'm just crazy. No, instead, just about the only time you ever need to get out of your vehicle is when you're forced to collect the currency hidden throughout each level to buy whatever is necessary to progress. Oh boy, needless padding in video games. My favorite. The missions boil down to the following 4 types. Race, in which you race someone, obviously. Follow, where you do your best stalker impression. Destroy, where you murder someone in cold blood, usually for no reason. Collect, where your only goal is to hoard all the things. And occasionally, if you're a real lucky boy, you get a combination of those. Oh shit, I've talked about gameplay for like 3 whole paragraphs now. This might be the closest I've ever come to an actual review. So let's get back to the plot. There isn't a whole lot here. Homer's getting paranoid because of all the WASP cameras and strange black vans that have seemingly invaded Springfield.
Oh, homie, you're so sexy when you're paranoid.
Ew, who wanted that image in their brain? Wait, never mind, I take it back, I don't want to know. Homer decides to take matters into his own hands and track the source of the black vans, only to find that they lead all the way to the evil billionaire, Mr. Burns. I'm sorry, that's still funny. Anyway, it's revealed that the mysterious black vans are actually just delivery vans for a pizza joint. In the meantime, you have to chase a truck carrying copies of a violent video game that is sure to corrupt the minds of Springfield's youth. So you smash into it a bunch until it drops all the games. Because violence is always the answer. At this point, the game switches over to the perspective of Bart Simpson, who is bummed because he can't get his hands on said violent video game. That plotline is pretty much immediately dropped in favor of helping a scientist create a machine monster capable of destroying the entire city. Because, why not? In order to do this, we have to complete a couple of missions first, ranging from helping a redneck collect roadkill to sell to this game's version of McDonald's, and helping a mad doctor collect his test monkeys that have escaped. Am I supposed to be the good guy here? Finally, the last step to complete our evil plan is to murder a bunch of cell phone users so that their signal doesn't interfere with the robot dinosaur, causing him to go on a killing spree the likes of which the world is yet to see. Yeah, no, I'm definitely the bad guy. Once we activate the robot dinosaur, we get a cutscene showing it roaring to life, which in video games we all know that means it's time for a boss fight. Everything you know is a lie. No, instead of a cool boss fight with this mechanized monstrosity, we just look at it for a minute and then for some reason a mysterious green light appears overhead, and in a flash, Bart Simpson is gone. If that level made no sense, well then strap in because this next one is all over the place. Now you take control of Lisa Simpson and are trying to figure out where in the world your brother has gone. For some reason, everyone in town claims to have seen Bart, despite the fact that he was clearly abducted by aliens. This level is really dumb and does next to nothing to move this thin plot forward. The level focuses on saving a bunch of fish from being sent to a restaurant, and a whole lot of murdering people with a school bus. I think Lisa has the highest kill count in this game, despite the fact that she's only in 1 level. So much for being against violence, I guess. At the end of it though, you do manage to find Bart, except his brain is all scrambled.
His brain is even more broken than usual.
Oh no, if only I cared more. Another level, another character, and this time we're jumping into the soul of Marge Simpson. She is obviously worried about her brain-damaged son and is willing to go to the ends of the map in order to figure out what has caused his mysterious illness. At the very least, Marge seems to be on the right track, because her first mission is to ask that hillbilly from earlier about his crop circle. Naturally, like all hillbillies, he is scared away by the bourgeois lifestyle of the middle class, so we have to chase him down in order to get our questions answered. Of course, just like everyone else in this godforsaken shithole, the redneck needs our help too. Apparently, his family survives on a diet of discarded ketchup packets, and unless we help him collect more, his family won't make it through the winter. Of all things, why did this mission make it into the game? The whole idea of this mission just seems like something someone came up with during the first draft of the game. It's really out of place. Who knows, maybe it's a reference to the show, but I'm sure as shit not gonna watch all 618 episodes to find out. Even after helping him, he didn't know anything and suggests we ask an old person. Because I guess they've been around long enough, why wouldn't they know? Once we find an old person, he tells us in fitting sepia tone that he too once saw a crop circle, and it looked surprisingly like the logo for Buzz Cola. Alright, that was the last time, I promise. I'm done with this gag now. So naturally, we pretend to be a cop and start destroying all the soda in the town. I'm sorry, this is a little off topic, but what is this run cycle? Who runs like this? Who runs like this? She's doing the complete reverse of that Naruto run. Once all 30 cans of soda in town have been destroyed, we can rest easy knowing that this evil is surely behind us. Except not, because we didn't actually solve anything. This plot's just gone in circles and we've once again reached status quo. I realize that in the TV show, every episode has to end with everything going back to normal, but so far every level in this game has done just that. It's really draining to spin your wheels like this in a video game that's supposed to last several hours. So what happens now that we've played through every member of the Simpsons family? Well, except for maybe the baby, but babies can't drive. Well, technically, neither can children, so I guess that's not a valid argument. Instead, now we're playing as Apu Nasfahas Nahaspemed. How the fuck do you pronounce this?
Apu Nahasa Pime Patilan.
No, I don't think that's correct. But whatever. Why are we even playing as this guy? He's not even a main character in the show. He's just the guy who runs the convenience store. Why does he get his own level? I guess it's because he feels bad because his store has been supplying Springfield with all the evil cola. Whoa! You know the drill by this point. Do some missions until the story moves forward. The end of this level sees Apu teaming up with Bart, discovering that the source of the soda is in the museum. It's actually being harvested from a meteor. But the soda has sprung a leak and it's reanimated this T-Rex skeleton, which surely means it's time for that boss fight. Oh, never mind. They just unplugged the dinosaur. Why did that work? The dinosaur wasn't running on electricity. Why did the plug have any effect on the fossil? I'm so confused. It's finally time to figure out who the masterminds behind this nefarious plot actually are. It's aliens. I knew it. Go me. It turns out their entire plan has been to make people go crazy in order to boost the ratings of their reality TV show. That's, sinister, I guess. Now they're gonna give everyone laser guns and watch as we kill each other off. So now it's up to Bart in order to make sure no one gets their hands on those laser guns. There's not a whole lot to say about this level. It's the same drive around in circles for 7 missions until it's story time. The final mission is a load of bullshit though. You have to race the aliens back to the brewery before they infect the water supply with evil cola. But they are way too fast and drive next to perfectly. Basically, I only beat them because I got lucky and they got stuck on some stuff, so that let me get the lead. Not that it matters anyway, because even though I clearly beat them here, they are still already in their ship mocking us for failing, letting us know that now that the cola is in the water supply, the dead will soon rise from the grave and it's apocalypse time. Where do I even start with this last level? It's easily the worst one in the game. So remember how when I talked about maps earlier in the video, I mentioned that they were all just the same 3 circles? Well, I may have lied a little bit. This last level is just a section of one of the other maps, with a Halloween skin thrown over it. So basically it's just a straight line. Now where can you possibly drive in a straight line? Why, back and forth of course. The final missions of the game play out like this. Drive to the school, drive to the power plant and pick up some nuclear waste, drive to the school and drop off the nuclear waste, drive back to the power plant to get more nuclear waste, go back to the school again, drive to the power plant one more time, and finally return to the school in order to finish off the spaceship. Did the developers just run out of time to design missions? They literally use the same mission over and over again here. It's a perfect example for my lack of variety argument. It doesn't get any less varied than this. So with that, we take down the alien ship, killing everyone on board and save the day. Oh, and the reality TV show those aliens were filming? This was actually the perfect finale, and now we have many adoring fans. Roll credits!
No!
So that was The Simpsons Hit and Run. Oh, right. This is the part of the video where I'm supposed to recap my feelings and end on some hopefully insightful note. Well, the thing is, this game isn't bad, it's just terribly uninspired. When I picked this game up, I remembered all the fond feelings I used to have with it as a kid. But looking back, I can't really remember why. Maybe it's because I was only like 13 when this game came out and my mom wouldn't let me have any of those M-rated games, and this is just about the closest thing you could get to Grand Theft Auto. But in reality, it's a pale imitation. Maybe it's because I haven't watched every single episode. Maybe it's because I don't have a tattoo of Homer on my butt. Maybe it's because I don't send all my toenail clippings to Fox in an attempt to get them to notice me. Maybe it's because I hate this improv section. Maybe it's because I have taste in video games. Maybe I need to be a Simpson. That's about all I can take of this game, but if you enjoyed yourself, maybe let me know down in the comments below. And if you really liked it, there's always that subscribe button down there too. I mean, I did just drink pain after all. It's the least you can do. My Twitter's down there somewhere too, but until the next video, peace.